Hi, this is Dan from Magic Pachinko Restorations with another video showcasing this 1972 Sanyo vintage pachinko machine that I just finished restoring. Sankyos are one of my favorite machines for a lot of reasons. I'll point them out to you as I go through and show you what I've done. With all of my restorations, I do a complete tear down of the machine, take it down to its individual parts, make sure everything gets cleaned, and then reassemble it as if it were being built for the first time in the factory. The end result is actually a machine that's better than the way it came out of the factory, in the sense that these were mass produced very quickly, especially the wood that is on the frame. I'll show you that when we turn it around. Rough cut, very pretty wood, but very rough cut. I take the frames completely apart, run them through a planer and sander, and then coat them with polyurethane. I do the same for this frame. I do the same for the backboard. So it's actually in better condition than when it left the factory. This also has had a playfield replaced. The original playfield had water damage and the colors had faded substantially. So that's been taken care of. So everything you see is new and shiny, and this is a fully functional machine. One of my favorite parts about it is this trim piece here. There was originally a light behind this that just lit up one section. I have included a total of 18 LEDs in this area, so there's 3 LEDs behind each one of these sections. Unfortunately, the blue one that's down here doesn't show all that much, but there is a blue section down here that will show. But you can see how clean the machine is. All of the brass is polished, all the rust is removed. Okay, so let me turn the machine around and show you the back side. One of the things that I really like about the Sankyos, I love this color when it's clean. This was pretty smoky, dirty on the inside when I got it. But when they clean up, it becomes very easy to see through. You can see internally the ball paths and things like that. So I really like that. And although I can't do it now because it's secure, from a restorer's perspective, by loosening these hold downs here, this is actually on a hinge, and the guts will hinge right out, which makes it easy for me to remove, and I don't have to worry about breaking any brittle plastic or anything like that as I do the restoration. So this one basically had most of the electrical ripped out of it, as is very common with pachinko machines that just get ripped out of the pachinko parlors. They just cut the wires and rip them out, whatever. So this is actually a circuit board I created. I use the 12-volt plug-in power supplies for all my machines. So you just plug it into the wall. You got 12-volt power coming to this little circuit board, and then this powers all the LEDs off of this switch, and then there's a micro switch here that powers a little light bulb in this corner that tells you that you need to put pachinko balls in the machine. So that's a good look at the machine. Now let me show you the machine in action. The default ball dump is set so you don't have to worry about it. Some of the machines in shipping, the ball dump will open, and when the ball dump is open, then these will swing and let all the balls out. But the default on a Sanyo is set so that it won't dump the balls. So all you do is make sure this is out of the way, and it'll let them all the way through. So you're going to load this up. You should have a minimum of 300 pachinko balls, if not closer to 500 or 600. Most pachinko machines can handle probably close to 1,000 pachinko balls, and they're designed to work when they're full of pachinko balls. If you've only got 100 pachinko balls, you're going to have trouble with your machine because it just won't work right. So at any rate, you're going to put about 90–95% of your pachinko balls in the upper hopper. They will fill this hopper, go into the turnaround, come down and fill the jackpot chamber. At the same time, this gets pressed down and it will turn this light off. I didn't plug it in, or you would have seen the light lit. I'll show you that before we leave, but let me get this plugged in. So now there's power. If this, I don't know if I can lift it up or not. Well, you can't see it from this side, but that light would light when enough of these balls get down through the system and the weight shifts on this platform, it will turn the light on. The jackpot switch is in here, and it turns on when it cycles. The only thing that you need to make sure of when you go to play Pachinko is that your seesaw, which is in this area here, it's in this one, it's a clear piece of plastic with two Pachinko balls trapped inside. It should be sitting on an angle like this rather than this. So if it is down, there's a little plunger here that you push up on, and then that will lift the Pachinko or the seesaw up where it needs to be. Now I don't have enough of these to include them, but you do need some sort of a catch basin that would go here. The losing balls, Pachinko balls everywhere, happens a lot. Losing balls drop out of this chute, and a winning ball comes down and drops out of this chute. So you need something that's wide enough to go between those two chutes and catch the balls as they exit the machine. It is on station. This is, I was telling you about the red mahogany wood. This has all been sanded down, plain polyurethane. It's gorgeous wood, but when the machines are old, the wood gets kind of crummy looking, but it's really nice after it gets sanded and polyurethane. And again, the stabilization feet here to keep it from tipping over. Those would obviously get taken off if you decide to wall mount this machine, and that's pretty easy. I can walk you through that if that's what you decide you want to do. So the rest of the balls that you have would go in the upper hopper. Put your tray back on the back side. And the first time you're going to launch a ball, nothing happens. It takes one cycle to get a ball inside the machine, so that won't launch a ball, but this time it will. So that's all there is to playing Pachinko. It's just a matter of pressing down on the launch lever, letting it roll off your thumb. You can go all the way down. It will tend to go all the way to the right. If you go 3/4 of the way down, it will tend to stay on the left. So that's a win, and the nice thing about that win is it went into the center attraction. When it went into the center attraction, it opened up these two tulips, which now makes it easier to win. So let's launch a few more balls so we can get a couple more winners here. So again, 18 LEDs will light up when you get a win. Eventually the balls run low, the light would come on in this corner. You can just push over like this. Let them drop into the lower tray, scoop them up, and just go right up over the top and drop them into the upper hopper. And just keep playing. So that's a 1972 Sanyo with the addition of the LED lighting. Complete restoration, fully functional. With all my machines, I guarantee them for life. Life being determined by my lifetime. As long as I'm around, I guarantee I'll take care of it for you. My son is starting to learn how to do this, so I'm hoping that eventually he'll take over the business. So if you have any questions about this machine, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can go to Facebook.com and do a search on Magic Pachinko Restorations. You'll find my contact information, and hopefully it'll answer all your questions. But if you have any questions on this particular machine, please contact me and I'll be glad to talk to you. Thank you very much.